This practice is a nice little energy boost flow. You'll do this class if you're feeling a little bit more confident in your foundational poses, and also if you're feeling like maybe you just need a little quick pick-me-up. So we're going to go through the poses fairly quickly. We're not spending a lot of time in each one, so you'll be able to just get that burst of energy that you need. So if you're feeling strong, you're feeling like you're ready to go, you feel like you need something to really pick up your energy, then this is the practice for you. Have a couple of blocks close by. You might need those. We're coming right into cat-cow first, so set yourself up there. Take an inhale, lift your chest. On your exhale, just come into your cat, but let's linger there for a second. So even though later on you'll see that we'll go through more quickly, we're going to linger in this warm up a little bit. Get the mind prepped for it. Take a little stretch of your head from side to side. And then take an inhale back into your cow position, slowly lifting the tail, lifting the gaze. Exhale. Focus on that spreading of the shoulder blades, because we're going to focus on the opposite movement or feeling in that area a little bit later. Next, side to side. Take another inhale. Exhale. If you're finding that one side of the neck feels a little bit tighter than the other, then feel free to hang out in that stretch for a little bit longer too. Just find your own pace. You don't have to go at the same pace as me. If you're feeling like you need a little bit more time with the neck stretch, or if you're feeling like it feels pretty even, and you're just taking that neck side to side and going right into your cow, then go for it. Take this just one more round here. On your next inhale, come back into more neutral position. Take maybe just a little wiggle and shake, just kind of free up the body a little bit. We're creating some energy, right? So we want to get ready for this nice little movement flow here. All right, come into downward facing dog. Coming into lifting the right leg up, coming into three-legged dog. Step the right foot forward. Take the back knee down. You can leave the fingertips down and lower the hips, or you can take your blocks on the height that you need and just lower the hips, open the chest. Inhale. On your exhale, take it back just far enough that you can lose the blocks if you need to. Push back into downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up high. Step it forward. Take it down. If you're not using the blocks, and just maybe on the fingertips. And again, push back into downward facing dog. Right leg up, inhale. And then step the right foot forward. Find that softness on the step through, and then nice and strong in your crescent lunge as you lift up. Again, mindful that the rib cage is floating back above the pelvis. We're stepping into eagle pose, so bend deeply through the back leg. Step the left foot forward, wrap it around. Find a comfortable spot, either wrapping the front of the foot behind the right calf, or just on the outside, or tapping that left toe, big toe down. Left arm underneath the right. And then stepping the right foot back into crescent. Open the arms into those cactus arms. This is where you may really want to flail, but let's draw the rib cage back, center it back. And then just feel a closing in and some energy between the shoulder blades. Breath out, hands down. You can take a flow here, maybe the knees first. Take your chaturanga, cobra, downward facing dog. Soften your breath on the in-betweens. on your rest here. Lift your left leg up and then step it forward, nice and soft. Inhale as you come up. Eagle pose. Right leg wraps around, right arm underneath the left. Find your steadiness. Step it back, crescent, and then open up into those cactus arms. Maybe take a lift of the head and just smile through that pose as well. Feel that energy now coming into that space between the shoulder blades, the energy into your body. Take the hands down and then step back into downward dog. You can't help but smile when you're feeling that lift, I think. When you're feeling that ability to move and be strong. Right leg up. Even if you have to take a pause, it's okay. You come back in and just join in when you're ready. Eagle pose, left leg forward or on top, left arm underneath. Step it back into your crescent. Open the cactus arms. Lean halfway forward or tip the upper body halfway forward. Shift a little bit more weight into the front foot, and then you're just going to tap the left toes in. And then tap it back. Tap it in a second time. Tap it back, stepping back again into that crescent position, and then coming into reverse warrior. Now come into that horse stance. So you're going to turn the toes so that the feet are maybe about 40, the toes are pointing about 45 degrees. Lengthen down through the tailbone. Drop the hips if you can a little bit more for a little bit more intensity. And then we're going to turn and come into that low lunge. You're going to drop the left hand down, lift the right arm up. Take it back into a downward dog or take a vinyasa. Left leg lifts up. Step it forward. Crescent inhale. Eagle pose, right leg on top. Right arm underneath. Step the right foot back. Cactus the arms. Tipping forward. Creep the back toes in. Front, back, front, back. Back into your crescent. Just briefly, and then reverse warrior inhale. Horse stance, sink into it. Lower the tailbone. Wrap it down and forward. And then flip towards the front of your mat. Drop the right hand down. Lift up into that low lunge, that revolve low lunge. Again, a pose that you can't help but feel glorious in. And then take the top arm down. Take your vinyasa or downward dog. We're going to sneak something in there in that horse stance for this last time through. Take your right leg up. Step it through. Crescent. Eagle pose. Left leg on top. Right arm underneath. Step it back. Crescent. Cactus the arms. Tipping halfway forward. Tap the toes. 2, crescent, briefly, reverse warrior. Come into your horse stance. This time take the hands down, fingertips are facing in front. And you're just going to take a little stretch. So shift the hips back slightly and then just take a little stretch. Dip that left shoulder down. Encourage the right shoulder back. Take an inhale and then just switch. Pressing into the inner thighs. Now turn the body again into that low lunge, that revolve low lunge. Take a vinyasa. Left side, inhale. Crescent. Eagle pose. Right leg on top. Right arm underneath. Step it back. Crescent and cactus. Tipping forward. Shift to tap. 1, 2. Crescent briefly, and then coming into your reverse warrior. Find your horse stance. Take the hands down. Dip the hips back a little bit, so push them back a little bit, hinge them. Drop the right shoulder down and push the left shoulder back. Inhale on the switch. Drop the left shoulder. Come back to the front of your mat, right hand down, lift the left arm up. Vinyasa or downward dog. Breathe. You can see how quickly the heart rate goes as we move quickly through the poses and the feel of this energetic vinyasa. Come down to the knees and take a breath if you need it. Come onto your back. We're just going to do a very quick bridge pose. Take the option of the supported if you want the block underneath you. Just pop it under the sacrum, low height or middle height. But we're going to go for bridge, energizing the back body. Draw the shoulder blades in a little closer together. Keep the feet looking parallel, the toes facing forward. Slowly begin to lift the hips. Feeling a sense again of that drawing in of the space between the shoulder blades. Because we want the focus there. We want to minimize the compression in the lower spine. So we don't want to over clench the glutes. We want to feel the support, and we want to feel that lift and that opening of the chest and upper spine. Take a breath. Well, take many breaths. And then slowly begin to lower down. Windshield wipe the hips or the knees side to side. Take your left leg out nice and long. We're going to come into a half happy baby. So take your right hand, grab to the inside or maybe the outside of the right foot. Watch that left front hip. You want to make sure that you're guiding it down a little bit so that it's looking forward. We don't want that left hip kind of lifting up and going towards the right leg. So just do a gentle encouragement of the front hip bone with the left hand or left palm. This might be enough, or if you want to go a little further, you can start to lengthen out that right leg. And just see how that stretch feels. Slow the breath. Slowly begin to bend that right knee. Draw the right heel in towards the center line of your body, and then let that right leg go. Take a moment here. You may feel a little bit longer in that right leg. Perfectly natural. If you don't, also perfectly natural. Just depends on what your body experienced. Now you may want to bend both knees so that you can do the same with the left leg, or maybe that right leg still stays out, up to you. Grab the inside of the foot or the outside. Half happy baby. And if you're ready, take another breath. And then slowly begin to lengthen out. Remember that if you need that encouragement of the right hip down, just gently show it to the floor. One more breath. Slowly begin to bend, drawing the right or the left heel in towards you. And then just plant both feet down for a sec. Actually, let's lengthen out that left leg again just to feel the experience of the length. Or the experience of the stretch. body a little bit more time to adapt. And then you can just bend the knees one more time. Take the knees again a little side to side. And hopefully you're feeling nice and energized. Feel free to take a Shavasana if you need that here. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy your day. Namaste.